Welcome, game developers, to Doug Teaches Godot. Yes. Alright, let's take care of this stupid fucking material editor. That was nice, didn't it? Yeah, shut up. Anyway, so I'm gonna go into. Hold on, I gotta do something about this shit. Do I have a fucking materials folder? No, I do have a materials folder. Is that a material? Oh no, that's base mesh. Yeah. Uh huh. Damn, I can't see. Textures. Okay, whatever. So to create a materials folder, you have to right click it. You have to right click, get some space. So you want to hit new folder, and that new folder I'm just gonna call materials. Now I gotta find materials. Luckily I have the search bar over here. Okay, so we have materials. We're going to right click on the folder itself. You want to click, not create new. You want to right click on the folder. Where is create resources? Or resource or something like that. Fuck. Create new. Resource. You want to click create new and resource. Then you want to look at standard material. Click hit enter. I'll just call this one. I'll just call this stuff. I don't fucking care what the material name is called. All right. So let's break down the big ones. Okay, so what are we looking at? We got transparency is basically, alpha channel. I'm not going to do any of that. Shading, apparently you can. What is it? Fucking. Apparently you can do cell shading here. I think it's if you hit tune. And. Yeah, if you hit tune, but you need to fuck with the coloring, I guess, or the lighting, but. Supposedly you can. I haven't actually tested it much, mainly because I was working the way I do my stuff. It is kind of toony. Anyway, that doesn't matter. What matters is albedo, metallic, roughness. Those are the channels you want to fuck with. Normal maps, etc. But that's not the only thing. I'm gonna hit Alt Tab until I get to here. Oh yeah, I was experimenting with that, but no, I don't need Mechadevil right now. I'm going to use Mechadevil, like the Mechadevil metallic stuff, in a little bit. But right now, I'm going to tileable. And did I use floor as a test subject? Yeah. Okay. How it works is you essentially click and drag your textures, your PNGs into here. Now, there's a reason why I'm saying. Oh, hold on a sec. Did it get? Wait, is that the right type of texture? Shit. Because some of my material or some of my textures, well, a lot of them are HDR, which Godot does not like. That's the problem. That's what I was going to try to showcase. And is that it? I think that is it. Oh yeah, it re-imported. Fuck. So you basically re-imported. So I'll give you a good example. Like take this normal map, right? I'm gonna click and drag it in, and there's a good chance that it will not import. Nope. It didn't. Nope. Why? Because all the most of the PNGs that I used, it uses HDR when I was actually exporting them from Photoshop as PNGs, which apparently Godot really doesn't like. Does not like. It doesn't like HDR. Yeah, that's it. So, where am I going? I'm going to Mechadevil. because I think this is the metallic map. Uh, because this is an HDR or some shit like that. Yeah, that one imported. That one imported just fine. The other thing did not. The other textures straight didn't. So how do you make the texture? And then simply just click and drag it in. Ah, yeah, just click and drag it to the empty. Come on, work for daddy, mouse. Boom. And that's, is it metallic or roughness? Oh no, that's roughness. Okay, so if it's roughness, you could hard code the roughness and the metallic if you want. So as you can see, I'm already doing that. I go to metallic, but it's not gonna work because, well, it shouldn't. Anyway, so I'm gonna take the Mecha Devil texture and plug it in to here. Look at that. We have our very ugly texture.
Wow. Why is it all over the place?
Well, dude, it's using Mecha Devil's unwrap.
Oh?
This character I have for sale. Thank you, Shajid, for making. Shout out to Shajid for making it. So I basically use this character's unwrap as an example because again, I'm pretty sure most of my textures are use HDR in the HDR for PNGs, which Godot does not like.
Okay, so how do we apply where are we gonna apply the material to?
Let's do it to the character, the player cube.
Okay, how do we do that?
So I am gonna find where the fuck did I put that damn material?
In the materials folder.
Yes, I did. Yeah, I call it stuff. So I'm gonna go to the player tab, and I'm just gonna. I think I click it. Yeah, I click and drag, and we have our shitty little material.
Can we fuck with it some more?
I mean, you can just go to the mesh instance. Fuck, where was it again? Nope, 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 nope.
Wait, what skeleton?
Nah, don't worry about that. Well, I mean, if I wanted to, technically speaking, what the fuck am I talking about? I have to fucking do it here.
Do what here?
Like any additions. Let me see what happens if I do blurry. Ah, wait. So there is a difference between that and Toon. It just looks like shit. Well, to be fair, of course it looks like shit. It's not a very good. I'm not even using a good texture. It's not even that good of a tiling texture. Anyway, so if you want to fuck with any more of this, like for instance, I mean, we will have to deal with emissions later on in life, which in and of itself, you could fuck with it now, but like that makes no sense because where would you add it needs the actual emissive texture. You can pick a color. Don't know why you want to, but whatever. So there you go.
Ew.
Yeah,
Why is it so bright?
because it's applying the emission to the whole fucking texture, which is why you don't see the wood stuffs. You need to actually specify what is and what isn't an emissive, what is and isn't emissive. Normal map is the same thing. You basically, but with normal map, you have to obviously you need to turn it on, but you actually need to import the texture. So if I turn on emission, it needs the texture to actually import.
Can't you just can you use any of those?
No. Well, you can, but like it's not a good idea. Either way, like you know, the rest of this is basically like white noise. Like if you're a texture artist, you know everything that you need to know about this. Decal will have to be a different story altogether because that's a decal. And if I were to turn that on, it.
What happened to the thing? Wait, what? Wait, what?
What?
What happened to the thing?
It's a decal. It's using the decal.
Wait, do you need to specify what is the decal? You need to actually like import the image?
Yeah, you need to have that.
Yeah.
Hmm. And what's cool is you can just do. It kind of acts like. So the decal kind of sort of acts like whatchamacallit in Blender. Like how you have. Do I have Blender open? I think I have Blender open.
You have Blender open.
Okay, cool. So I'll just go here, and I will provide an example. We just go to Texture Paint, hit N, go Yuka Paint, just add. Fine, I don't care because I'm not even gonna save this. New image. Fine, make a color, and then I just go here. So, like, you know how in Blender you have the blend mode is you can mix, color, amplify, etc., etc. It's kind of like that with Godot, except that Godot has as you can see, Godot has a lot less options than Blender has. So, I wouldn't treat like the decal blending as like the end all be all. Don't, just don't. And even then, you just need that specific map, and it needs to be on a specific like you
Can you paint it?
no. No. Look, Godot has a. Let me put it to you this way, people. Is Godot good for a 3D physics game? Absolutely. I mean, it's perfectly serviceable. It's nowhere near as powerful as Unity, but then again, Unity is apparently selling out to Saudi Arabia too.
Wait, what?
I don't know the whole specifics, but anyway, it's not as powerful as Unity. It's getting there, but like the material properties, the material editor, yeah, it's there's still a lot that needs to, that requires to be desired. As you can see, like I said, a lot of my PNGs use HDR, and Godot does not like that one fucking bit. The other like I've seen somewhere that if your PNG isn't within a power of 2, it's also not going to get in there, but I have yet to see any form of that, like, in action. Because, truth be told, and I can show you a good example right now, because this is, where is that fucking, the textures. So these PNGs, these were made in Blender, right? So, and they're still they're within powers of 2, but they're not HDR. Wow. So that's the only thing I can speak on, cause let me go back to where I once was. Like these texture, like these. I'll go here to the wall. Like all these, they're HDR, and yeah, Godot does not like that.
So is that all there is to the material editor?
I mean, more or less, you can get what you want done, but if you're like wondering, okay, Doug, can I have like something blinking and shit like that? You need to go through GDScript. You need to go through GDScript because the material editor that Godot has is very, very bare bonesy. Like it's not that great. Like in all honesty, like
Wait, so if we want something to light or whatever, like can we have like an actual texture be act as a light source?
supposedly you can. You actually have to tick this to be on and then like go into emissive. But I didn't even look. I honestly do not think stress test. I'll stress test Unreal. I will not stress test this because I know for a fucking fact that it's just gonna take a fucking fart to just break Godot. So take from that what you will.
Anyway, what'll happen next week?
Next week, I think I'm just gonna either focus on like doing terrain because I heard Godot's terrain editor is actually pretty neat, but I haven't seen any videos addressing that. The other one is music, because at the very least I can say this: Godot is well above Unreal when it comes to handling audio files. Do you want to know why? Because Godot actually takes MP3s not just waves. I don't know what retarded piece of cartilage over at Epic Games thought only taking wave files was a good idea because wave format is so uncompressed and large, and you just want to beat the shit out of the person that thought it would be a good idea to just take wave files. What a fucking dumbass. But then again, maybe that dumbass was laid off with the 1,000 people that were laid off of Epic Games.
Okay, are you done ranting?
Yeah, end it here.
And there you have it, game developers. Tune in next week for Doug Teaches Godot. Yes. Boo.